Good, good, beautiful Sunday afternoon, guys. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Hey, Adam G, your online inspirational talk show. Guys, today I have a very special guest. As we all know, the forthcoming Miss Intercontinental pageant is just around the corner, and apparently, it is turning out to be one of the most competitive batches in its history, especially with this beautiful ladies entrance joining the fray. I mean, we've all seen her compete right before our eyes here in our shores back in 2019, and 3 years after, she's now back after her long hiatus in pageantry. So here she is. I'm so happy to catch up with her finally after 3 long years. So please say hello to Miss Intercontinental USA 2022, Michelle Thorland, live all the way from Los Angeles, California. Hi, Michelle.
Hi.
Hello. Wow, look how pretty she is. I don't want to put my face on split screen with you anymore because because you're just so beautiful on screen. Oh, look, guys, saw she's so beautiful. Look.
Thank you.
Oh gosh, God, how I miss you so much.
Oh, I miss you too.
How wait, I'll finally put it so awkward. I'll finally show up on our on our screen. So yeah. Wow, you look as beautiful as ever since the last time we saw you
Thank you.
here. How have you been?
I've been good. I've just been very busy preparing for Miss Intercontinental, but it's been good. How have you been?
I'm thriving here since the pandemic. I kind of boomed because I've been doing all these online interviews,
Mhm.
especially when the pandemic hit all of us here. So yeah, it's been crazy. Like I've been interviewing one queen after the other for the past 3 years. So that's how fun it has been for me. I didn't know that I've been doing this for the past 3 years.
Time flies.
Yeah, guys, so look, she's still pretty. When I uploaded this, there's this photo, there's this IG reel that I uploaded of you. Look,
Oh,
when I uploaded this, when I saw you upload this, I thought, oh my God, is she Celeste? and then for, and then I have to take a closer look. Oh, it's not she's not Celeste. It's Michelle. You kind of give the same vibe like
sometimes it
her.
doesn't look like her. It's a good compliment.
Yeah, yeah. Some of my comments in my comment section also agree with me. Like, yeah, yeah. They thought they're also like Celeste. So that explains how beautiful you are in the competition, especially now that the pageant is really happening very, very soon. When are you leaving?
I'm leaving on Monday, so just like one day from now.
Oh, all right. So how many luggages are you
I'm
bringing for the competition?
I'm almost done packing. Right now I have three. I'm gonna see. Hopefully I don't need a fourth one, but I might need four.
Oh, all right. So,
I'm still in the process of packing. I'm like almost done.
but I for sure you're already. This is your first international competition, right?
Yeah,
Like,
it is.
so how does it feel like to be representing USA in your first ever international competition?
It's really exciting. This is actually like a lifelong dream of mine, and like I'm actually living my dream. So when I was younger, my mom and I used to watch like Miss Universe on TV every single year. And like when I was a kid, when I was like 5 years old, and then one time she asked me, she's like, we were watching it, and she was like, "You think you could ever like do that someday? Like walk on stage in heels, like answer those questions? Like it must be so hard." And I was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna do it someday." So like that's always been with me. Like I always wanted to compete on the international level, and I already got so far, and then now like I've actually got to the point that like I've been doing that for so long, like literally my whole life. So it's really cool. And also like I'm so excited to be Miss USA because my parents are both like not from here. So I'm actually like, the only American citizen in my whole family. So like this title is really special to me.
Oh, yeah, that's an interesting fact about it. So you're the first. You're how many siblings do you have?
I have two older sisters, but
You
they
have
weren't
two olders.
born. Yeah,
Oh,
just
so you were the only one born there.
yeah.
Yeah, all right. So, yeah, because according to your bio in Miss Intercontinental's website, your father is from Denmark and your mom is from the Philippines, but they all migrated to LA
Mhm.
afterwards.
Yeah, and then I was
Ah,
younger.
so you're the eldest.
Yeah, the youngest.
You're you're oh, youngest. So your two other siblings were born here in the Philippines.
They were born in Denmark, both of them.
Oh, oh, so they're also Danish citizens.
Mhm.
And okay, wow, oh wow, multicultural family.
Yeah,
Yeah. So that I didn't know about that. That you were the only American. You're the only American citizen in your family.
yeah,
Oh, so who knows? Probably like you can try petition. You can try petitioning them to become a U.S. citizen in the near future. Or I know you can do it as early as now, right?
I think they could, but I don't know. They have they live here though, my parents.
Yeah. Gosh, I still remember the time when you competed in your previous pageant. I mean, I thought you'll get one of I thought you would really get one of the titles at stake. So imagine how heartbroken I was when you didn't end up, winning one of the titles. And I thought you would never come back, but that was all because that was already 2019.
Yeah,
So I thought maybe if she would come back, maybe she would try it out here in the Philippines. But I never thought that you would stage your major pageant come back as Miss USA. So can you tell us how you got appointed for this title, or did you join a local competition there for you to be able to get this title?
yeah. So I do like modeling here in LA, and so one of my friends is a designer. He contacted me saying that the Miss Intercontinental USA organization was like holding interviews for the title a couple months ago, and so like asked me if I was interested. So I was like, like maybe I should just do it because like I obviously know I want to keep continuing to compete in pageants. And so when I interviewed and got appointed, I was like it's actually like so cool. And I told my parents about it, and they're really excited. So like it's been a really cool journey so far.
So you already knew what you were casting for when
Mhm.
you showed up. All right. So only for one title for Miss Intercontinental.
Yeah.
But prior to the casting, did you already have an inkling what the pageant is all about, or have you heard about the pageant system
Oh yeah.
before?
Yeah. So yeah, I mean like I follow like Beanie in Filipinas obviously, and like I considered competing in it before. So I knew that there would have been a chance that I would have been competing for Intercontinental as well. I didn't think that I would be that I would get the opportunity to represent USA for this pageant though. So it's really cool.
I'm really interested, to take a peek on the thought process involved in, making that kind of decisions. You're biracial, and then obviously you already you started your pageant career here in the Philippines, but then you move back there, and there's a great opportunity, you know, that is presented to you right there.
Mhm.
So what was the thought process in in accepting, or probably in accepting after they probably made the decision that you're the best girl among the lot to be your country's representative to the USA? Like what was the thought process involved in choosing to compete as a USA representative for Miss Intercontinental?
Yeah, so actually my first couple pageants was when I was a teenager and I did like Miss Teen USA pageants here. So yeah, so then after this, so like I competed here before and then like, I had my time competing here. I also competed for Miss California USA a couple years ago. And then when I competed in the Philippines, I just feel like I learned a lot there. And so I was really happy to compete there. And then I didn't think I was going to come back to competing here. But when the opportunity came, I was like, like my goal is to compete internationally, and I was like, and the chance is right here. And I feel like after all the experiences I've had, I feel like I'm ready to do it. So I'm really excited.
Yeah. Oh, thank you for sharing that. Yeah, I didn't know that you joined Miss Teen USA before, because the only thing I had known about you prior to joining Miss World Philippines was when you were part of this reality show called The People's Queen,
Mhm.
which was aired in TFC, where you were with your fellow beauty queens like Katrina Di Maranan, Katarina Rodriguez, and even Sir Voltaire and Sir Cici.
Mhm.
Yeah, who also was one of the judges in
Oh
Binibining Pilipinas finals recently. Yeah, so that was how I first got to know you through people, yeah, through that reality show. So, um, what can you share us the most memorable experience that you've had in that show? And do you think that kind of exposure on mainstream media kind of help you in your pageant career?
I think it did help me a lot. Um, I mean, obviously, I met some really cool people through that. Like, like I love Katrina, I love Katarina, and also Nikita was on the show too.
Oh
Nikita.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
So,
Nikita.
I made some really good friends from there. Like, I love Voltaire too. Um, I feel like I got really good experience. Getting to meet other beauty queens like that I'm not competing with. This is a different experience, and so I feel like I learned a lot from them too. We learned a lot from each other, and I feel like it helped me a lot with my competitions. I feel like I learned a lot there.
Speaking of Voltaire, there's so many. Wait, Katrina Di Maranan is watching us right now. Oh my God! Hi,
I,
Katrina. Hey, Katrina. Oh my God, she's watching us. I can't believe it. Oh my God. She's taking the time off to watch us for a moment. Hey, girl, how have you been? I saw her. I met her again last month, so it was so good to catch up also with her. I mean, I wish she wasn't working that time because I was covering the pageant I was assigned to, and she was the host. So yeah, um, yeah. Hi, girl. Hi, Katrina. Oh my gosh. Do you guys live near each other? Because she's
yeah,
also in LA.
she doesn't live that far from me now. We saw each other like a month ago.
Ah, I think she moved to another. She moved to another house recently with her boyfriend,
Yeah,
right?
it's not too
So
far from. Yeah,
yeah, yeah. Oh my gosh. Hi, Katrina. And there's another one. Some of our viewers are watching us. Some of our viewers who are watching us right now. Speaking of Voltaire, they're saying they plans to join Miss California 2023 or Miss Universe Philippines 2023.
um, well, right now, obviously, my goal is I want to win Miss Intercontinental. I'm so thankful for everyone supporting for that as well. I have considered competing for those previously, but like all my energy right now is like I really want to. I'm really excited and I'm really proud to represent USA at Miss Intercontinental. So like I'm really excited to be competing here.
But you
And
know what? To be fair, Miss Intercontinental is turning out to be a very exciting pageant to
I
follow
know I'm
nowadays,
really
right?
excited.
I feel like it's evolving. It's really evolving, especially after Cindy Ombinita won for our country last year. I thought, wow, it's really evolving for the better. Like
Mhm.
before, I used to think that the pageant was very, physical. It's all about bearing skin, too much swimsuit competition for their activities. But now, they're really evolving. I am seeing a lot of their activities. And when the owner was interviewed why the organization made Cindy win, and they spoke highly about Cindy, that they saw so many qualities about Cindy during the entire pre-pageant activities that made them think that, oh, she could be the next one. Yeah.
Mhm.
What about you?
Um, well, I think Miss Intercontinental is a really nice production, and Power of Beauty. Like I really like what they stand for, and I have been like watching the past few Miss Intercontinentals. I didn't think I'd be able to compete so soon, so I'm really thankful and really grateful for the opportunity to be competing in such a large pageant.
And you're gonna be going to Egypt as a
I
bonus. Will it be your first time in Egypt if ever?
Yeah, I've never been to Egypt before, so I'm really excited. Actually, my parents are coming with me for the entire trip. They're coming with me on Monday. So and yeah, and the last time that they went was like 30 years ago or something. So like, like they didn't think they were gonna be going back like 30 years from now, 30 years from then, like to watch their daughter compete as Miss USA on an international stage.
Oh my gosh, that's so great! You'll be bringing your entire family
Mhm.
to your trip. Oh, that's at least one stress away, just in case you encounter some, you know, minor kinks
Yeah.
in terms of wardrobe and everything that might, you might encounter along the way in the pageant. So, looking at you right now, I think you're getting more and more beautiful as you age. You're now 25 years old, right?
Yeah, I'm 25 now.
Yeah. Yeah. So I feel like you're more confident now. You're more polished. You
Mhm.
seem to know what you want in life. So, what makes you different this time around in the world of pageantry?
Kind of like what you were saying, I feel like with every pageant, like I learn a lot from my previous experiences. Like whether you win or not, you still come away with something. So I feel like all my previous pageant experiences really helped shape me, and I can look back and see like why did I not like what did I do that I could have done like worked better on, and I keep those things in mind when preparing for this, and so like I think this will probably be my best performance. I think because I've really taken the time to think like see how much I've grown, and like be proud of that, and then also see where I can grow as well. So I definitely taken note of that, and I think I've grown a lot as a person since then, and I think I know how to represent myself better, and communicate better, things like that.
I think the 4 years, is it 4 years? 2019. Oh no, 3 years. I think the 3 years is a perfect time for you to rest
Yeah.
and recuperate and probably re-strategize,
Mhm.
you know, for your next competition. And I like that you have been doing a lot of things in those 3 years that you have been resting. Like, yeah, you even posted on your Instagram that you have been embarking on a very successful modeling career there in the States, where one of your billboards and one of your photo shoots have been featured across multiple billboards in the United States, the Pinay Magazine photo shoot. So how did you even realize that your work might be that your work would be put out there in the billboards of Times Square?
So like I've had a couple in Times Square. I had like one this month, one last month. But my very first one, that they did like a feature of me in Times Square was in 2020, and one of those photos was from a photo shoot that I did in the Philippines. When like during the time that I was competing for Miss World Philippines, and when I was doing that photo shoot, I did not think like that day that like this photo shoot is gonna end up in Times Square. So it was really shocking, but like it's so cool. And then since then, like modeling for Panay Magazine has also been really cool because I'm modeling here in America, but I'm also still like representing the Philippines too. So like I'm really grateful for that opportunity as well.
And how you know really listening to you right now, you're more confident. I wonder how you're able to overcome your shyness before,
Um,
even your insecurities, because remember I was covering you guys back in 2019, and you were still a little bit reserved, shy, but
yeah,
I can already see the potential in you, like from afar, like, oh my god, she's really pretty, especially if you were you when you were standing next to Maureen Montang, who was the reigning queen then. I was like, oh, she can hold a candle against Maureen. So like, but then when I talk to you, you were a little bit shy and reserved, probably, so probably you were testing the waters. So how were you able to overcome your shyness? You look so
yeah.
different now.
Oh, well, so I think that's also one thing that I've actually been working on. I think that makes me kind of different for this pageant is that, obviously I've had a lot of pageant experiences, and I've been coached by a lot of different people, and like everyone always has a different way of like, what they think a beauty queen is supposed to be like. So I feel like when I reached the point in Miss World Philippines, in my head, I was getting told by like, lots of different people, like, you should dress like this. If somebody asks you a question like this is how you should answer. So I feel like I was kind of just like drawn all over the place, and I wasn't really being authentic to myself because I would like pause and think like I would like restrict myself from like actually showing my personality because I'm like, what if I like say some like I do something wrong, or like am I presenting myself properly rather than just focusing on just being me. So I feel like that's some stuff I had to kind of like unlearn. But I feel like that's definitely a main focus for me has just been like I just feel like holding back a lot of my personality held me back from doing better in pageants. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. You always learn a lot about yourself when you compete in
Yeah.
pageants, especially about traits that you never thought you could possess, especially when confronted with difficult and very stressful situations. So Given that the world of pageantry is very hard and quite stressful, especially with the early call times and how hectic it could be with the activities lined up to you one after the other. What do you think is one thing that keeps you going and inspires you to be the best version of yourself, especially with what we are seeing in you right now?
Um, I think what really inspires me is like what I said, like I always go back and look like how far I've come, and like also like just like know it's always been like my lifelong goal to compete for pageant internationally, and so I always thought like I'm not gonna stop until I get to that point, and like now I have gotten to that point. So yeah, I've like like I really just look at like all the previous experiences I had, and like I've come so far. Um, and that keeps me going. And like now, and I'm here. So, I feel like I've really fulfilled a lot, and like I've really make myself proud every single day.
So, how have you been preparing for this competition?
So I've been preparing. I don't know if you know Giselle Boone, if she's watching.
Oh
Hi.
yeah,
Yeah, so she's
is
actually, yeah.
Giselle's watching us right now? Oh,
Is she?
Giselle, oh, yeah,
Okay.
you have so many clients, Giselle. Wow.
Yeah, so actually, she was the first person to ever recruit me for a pageant. Like, I literally wouldn't be here right now, like talking to you, if I hadn't run into her when I was competing for my first pageant ever. But it was like a local Orange County like teen pageant, and ever since then, like she's really been training me. And so like I feel like when I train with her, like she brings out the best in me. So like I've been training with her, and like she's been helping me a lot. And so I'm really like so happy to have her still here, like helping me. Yeah.
Oh, Giselle, wow. So
So
how does she train you? Like she goes to you both go to a studio where you both
I
where
would just
she trains you
online.
there?
We just do online training right now. It's like faster, easier.
Can
Online.
you is training online an effective way of how things are being done, especially when let's say you guys need to train in catwalk. So like how can you do that
Really,
online?
I put my phone really far away, and then have a mirror behind it so I can see myself walking, and then she can also see me.
Yeah, but how can you hear her? Like,
Okay, so
okay, you can still hear. All right. So that's very, very nice. So how about your national competition? Is everything ready?
yeah, everything's ready. Giselle helped me with that too.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Giselle, are you traveling to Egypt? Is she watching us right now? Yeah, she's also has a lot of Miss USA clients
Mhm.
as well. And Miss USA
Yeah.
is
I know.
happening next weekend already.
Yeah, everyone just left for Miss USA, I think, right? Today.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's great. So I feel like you're more confident now. You know what to do. I feel like you'll definitely excel when you get there in Egypt this coming Monday. So I wonder, what lessons have you learned from your previous pageant experience that you are now taking to heart seriously for the
Um,
competition?
I think some feedback that I got from some people is just that when they see me on stage, they think that it's not like how I am in real life. But, like they think like like I'm a lot more relatable when they talk to me in person. But then when I get on stage, like there's just something. Well, in previous pageants, like just like something that's like not like me, like really like showing how not really shining myself. Like not really putting myself out like as well as I could be. Kind of like I'm holding back a lot of my personalities. I'm just like I don't know, like like if like it'll be taken well if I like act like myself too much. Like I'm trying to act more like like what people think a beauty queen should act like. But I think being more relatable and being more open, being more genuine, people see the difference in that. So that's what I've really been focusing on. And that's what I'm going to be doing with Intercontinental.
How important is it for queens like you to appear relatable
I
in
think
the
it's
pageant?
I think it's really important because a lot of people say pageants aren't relatable, but like they are. I just think that a lot of times, like when you see things that posted online, you see like, oh, there's like a beautiful person, like she lives a life, like we're like so glamorous. Like, how can I relate to that? Like, you have to show people. You have to be vulnerable. You have to like share your experiences. You have to show that you're like a real person. Sometimes people think like, oh, like you're just like like you live like a perfect life, but it's like not like that. And then also to just like show like your real personality because that like you are relatable and like for pageants I love the opportunity to compete because it really gives girls a platform to show to the world like what women can do and also like it really helps women develop themselves. So like I've always wanted to inspire more women to compete in pageants and by being yourself like people will relate to you more. So I feel like that's definitely what I want to do.
Yeah, you mentioned about platforms. So, what would you like to, what would you like to shed the light on
Um,
with your platform here right now as Miss Intercontinental USA?
well, I just really want to show to people to not be afraid to be themselves and not be afraid to like chase their dreams. Because a lot of times when competing in pageants too, like there's a lot of negativity. A lot of people telling you like just like what to do, and or I think sometimes you doubt yourself too. And I think for pageants, I really want to show the world that like there are like hard times and there are things that will try that sometimes even like the things you think about yourself like hold you back. But there have been times where I thought about quitting pageants. But I really want to show the world that like if you think that there's something that you really want to do in your life, you really should go for it. So by me being here and going for the pageant, like I hope I inspire other people to chase their dreams too.
And I hope you'll be able to, embody that
Mm-hmm.
once you set foot in Miss Intercontinental. Because I remember, I don't know if it was someone who told me, a reliable source told me, like, oh no, my interview with Cindy's stylist, Sir Odeleon, the reason why, one of the reasons that impressed Cindy to the organizers was the fact that Cindy was very relatable in the competition. There was one point where they were about to check where they were in the lobby of the hotel, and there was an old lady who was having a hard time bringing her luggages, uh, probably going to the reception of the hotel. And Cindy, upon seeing her, that old lady, took it upon herself to go out of her way to help that old woman,
Oh,
checking in. And guess what? Who that old lady was?
true.
One of the organizers of Miss Intercontinental.
Oh my gosh, I never heard that story. Oh my god, that's so sweet.
So I really get, the reason why I asked how how important it is to be relatable, because I think pageant organizers now are looking for a real woman,
Hmm.
not just that woman who is all just glam and glitz,
Yeah.
full frothy. They want something more than your physical beauty. They want something more, like how probably this woman can represent them through articulating their causes, through the charity work that they've been involved in. So they really want someone who's very authentic and real. Yeah, and I get now why pageant organizers have been looking for that kind of woman to represent them.
Hmm.
Yeah, right. So hopefully you'll be able to impress them. So we're down to my last few questions. We've been talking for almost 30 minutes. So, for sure, this is one competition. Joining Miss Intercontinental is definitely another milestone in your life right now. So, what is one thing that you would like to ultimately want to achieve
Well, right now,
here?
obviously, what I really want to achieve is the Miss Intercontinental title of, in October. But I'm really happy with where I've come so far. I'm really excited to be competing for Miss Intercontinental as Miss USA, and my next goal is to win Miss Intercontinental. And so I'm going to be doing my best to represent myself like the way I want to, and be very authentic, like we spoke earlier. So I'm just really excited to start doing this now.
So, on a scale of 1 to 10, how ready are you or prepared are you to win the next Miss Intercontinental?
10. I've been like waiting to go. So I'm so excited in one day.
So, wait, sorry, it just hit my head. Since you're also part Filipino, I wonder, are there some Filipino designers who will be dressing you up for the competition?
Um, no, I prepare most of my stuff myself. But Giselle did help me with my national costume.
Oh, for sure, it's something, I
Super.
don't know, showgirl inspired. Let's see about it. So, there are so many questions. There are some viewers here who still want to ask you, did Katrina Dimaranan encourage you about Miss Universe Philippines?
We haven't
And
spoken about it.
Oh my God, they're already thinking far too ahead. Oh my gosh. If you win Miss guys, I think these types of questions are very inappropriate. If ever she wins, definitely out of respect for the organization, let's not ask her these types of questions, right? Max, or you, yeah, let's focus more about her Miss Intercontinental journey right now. Some are even saying that you could join Miss Universe Denmark because of your lineage. So there you go, guys. Michelle, I'm so happy to really get to reconnect with you. I'm
Yeah, me
so blessed to be given this opportunity. I mean, have you guys been are you and your fellow other contestants have been chatting with one another online, because it seems like some of you girls are really doing a lot of online interviews with one another. I saw Dominican Republic with Gabby the other night, and then a lot of you guys are really trying to get to know each other ahead of the competition.
yeah, we have like a group. This is a giant group chat that we have with each other. And then I think I should be doing an interview with Miss El Salvador that you were speaking about earlier. Once I get to Egypt. Yeah.
Oh, that's nice. Oh, that's nice. Well, I hope it pushes through. Well, I hope you still have time because you'll be leaving on Monday. So, on
Yeah.
that note, thank you so much again for
Yeah.
allowing me to interview you. It was such a great short catch up interview with you. I mean, yeah, we're hoping that you will place, or if not win, the Miss Intercontinental pageant. And I can't wait for you to see your fellow contestants there and explore more of Egypt.
Yeah, me too.
So can you give a message to all your supporters and fans here in the Philippines
Yeah, I
who
want
will probably be cheering for you once the competition begins?
Yeah. I want to say thank you so much to everyone who has been supporting me in all my passionate journeys. I mean, we've made it so far. Now we're going to Miss Intercontinental. So stay tuned, watch all my updates, and thank you again so much for always supporting me.
Oh, that's nice. Thank you so much again. And I can't wait to repost everything about you in the upcoming competition. I can't wait to see your OOTDs. For sure, Giselle Boone prepared you for this competition.
Yeah.
Gosh, you're so beautiful. You're so beautiful. All right. Good night over there. It's good night over there, Michelle. Thank you so much. Mwah.
Yeah, thank
Virtual hugs and kisses all the way here from my
you.
office here in Manila.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.
God bless you. Take care.
You too.